Look at here, Ms. Marjorie Taylor Greene is not having it today, y'all. She is online spilling the beans and really explaining why the U.S. government cannot come to a resolution on the spending bill. She has had it. Little did we know that they tried their best to squeeze that little $300 million that Zelensky is at the White House begging for. They tried to hide it and throw it in the whole spending bill for the U.S. Ms. Marjorie Taylor Greene said, nah, you're not about to pull the wool over my eyes, and I'm about to let America know. Check it out, y'all.
The America Last garbage that they want to do just to help them get by with it. And that's where I'm really angry this morning. So I don't really care what anyone has to say at this point. You sent me home yesterday. You disrespected my views. You disrespected America's views. You disrespected everybody that is sick and damn tired of funding foreign wars while our border is being invaded. Guess what? There's some news this morning. Here's how bad it is. Not only are thousands and thousands of people flooding in to Eagle Pass, Texas, the Biden DHS, this is news out, I just read this, they let 200,000 illegal immigrants, they didn't let them in the country by a train, like you saw the videos of the trains coming through Mexico. No, that wasn't it. They didn't come up through buses that the cartels own, coming to our border and then running across the border. No. 200,000 flew into our country. They came by plane. They bought a plane ticket from their home country and they flew into 43 cities. And guess what? Here's the kicker. You're not going to believe this. It happened on an app that the Biden administration has. They were able to come in our country illegally by registering on a Biden administration app. That's how they did it. This is how damn bad it is. We have people coming in, planes, trains, automobiles, and boats, illegally invading America. And we have members of Congress that are so dead set on a war in Ukraine, which doesn't even border our country, which is across the Atlantic Ocean, is over in Europe, that they refuse to take $300 million out of our defense bill. No, we can't address the border situation. So yesterday we have Zelensky in the Capitol, standing in the Capitol in Washington, D.C., and they had to bring that bill to the floor with $300 million in it. And they wanted me to vote for it. Hell no.
Hell no.
And I'm glad I'm back home because I don't really want to talk to anybody right now. This is pathetic. This is the most America Last pathetic thing I've ever seen. And I'm furious about it. I'm so mad about it. I'm standing here going live on Twitter telling the world. I hope everyone knows how sick and damn tired I am of it.
You see all that workout equipment behind Marjorie? I bet she had the best workout she done had in a long time over her frustration with the U.S. government.
But we have members of Congress, Republicans, with very red districts that are so dead set on they got to send money to Ukraine, they don't want it taken out of the defense bill. That's where it sits. Everybody's going to be mad at me for saying all of this out loud to the public, but I really do not care. Let me explain why. I got elected from this district, the one I'm standing in right now in Georgia, Georgia's 14th district. And when I walk out of my house and I go anywhere I go in my district, you know what they say to me? Thank you, Marjorie. Thank you. You know what else happens elsewhere in the country? They say, thank you, Marjorie. Americans are sick and tired of the America Last Washington, D.C. federal government machine that serves the rest of the world and tells Americans to go F themselves. And then they tell Americans to pay for it. Enough of this garbage. It needs to end right now. Here, I'll give you another little story. Yesterday, when I was getting on the airplane in Washington, getting on my flight, and I sat down in my seat, another member of Congress came up to me and was mad at me for voting no against the rule on the defense bill. So I very loudly told him in front of everyone on the plane, If you want to vote for it, put it in a separate bill. You vote for the money to Ukraine. I'm not voting for it.
No, that's right.
Absolutely not voting for it. I don't care what it's in. I'm not voting for it.
Now listen, I don't get off into politics too tough because a lot of it goes over my head. I have to reread things 3 and 4 times to get a full grasp. But the way she broke it down was just plain and simple. They cannot pass the spending bill because a lot of the representatives who are voting on it have chosen not to agree to the spending budget. We still have illegal immigrants coming into, now are they illegal at this point? I wouldn't even say they're illegal. They're just immigrants coming by because the U.S. is letting everybody in. That right there in itself is a direct breach to our nation's security. What if Russia is flying people into Mexico and then having them come from Mexico into the U.S.? I'm just saying, anybody can come in. That's just, it's mind-blowing to me that they're coming in droves like that, you know? And there's so much more that goes into that and the effects of that eventually will trickle down and affect me and my family. But she goes on to talk more about Zelensky and him begging yet again, and we just giving it to him. But what they're doing is, instead of putting that in the defense budget, the military budget, they want to put it in the whole government spending bill. And that is what she is not for. And I agree. I'm wholeheartedly in agreement with her on that. I don't think we should be giving Zelensky any more money, period. Go fight your own battles. Go talk to some other countries and have them fund you. But leave America alone. We got enough going on. But if I was a beggar and I really needed it and I know that I could go to the American people and they'll give it to me, hell yeah, I'm going to take advantage of that. Tracksuit and all. You know what I'm saying? So I don't blame Zelensky for asking. You know what I'm saying? All he can do is ask. You know what I'm saying? His country is being ravaged every single day by Russia. I mean, he's going to do what he got to do. So I don't blame him. But at the same time, America, the American government is not putting us first. We're funding everybody but us. You have to take care of home first before you can help anybody else outside of your home. That's just common sense. But our government is so complex, and it makes me wonder, what does Ukraine have on the U.S.? It makes me wonder, what has Ukraine promised? Has Ukraine promised us that the American people aren't privy to? Because there's got to be more to why we're just giving them money, but yet we're willing to shut down our government spending, which is going to affect millions of Americans who live check to check. Why would they do that? There's definitely more behind it that we're not privy to. But I'm glad that she's standing up, and I'm glad that she's speaking out. Listen to her roast Zelensky real fast, and then we'll be done. But tell me what you guys think. I think it's ridiculous, and I think it's sad. Our country is going up in flames, and all we're just doing is trying to survive. You know, if they shut down the government and say I wasn't able to get any of my Air Force pension and I wasn't able to access my VA disability, I would be in trouble. But thank God I have an emergency fund. So if something did happen for a month or two, I could still pay my mortgage and be okay. I may not be able to do all the things that I want, but I would be able to at least pay for a roof over me and my kid's head. Unfortunately, 70% of Americans don't live like this. 70% of Americans live check to check, and one check could change the course of their entire life and their families' lives. We really have to wake up. I'm just one person speaking out, but I'm glad that we got Marjorie Taylor Greene and other representatives in the House that are seeing it for what it is and are speaking out and saying, no, I'm not voting for that because it's ridiculous. America first.
And you want to know something else? You should respect members of Congress like me, because we're working for the American people. And when we say we are not voting for money to Ukraine, and we don't care if Zelensky's standing in the Capitol in his stupid green jumpsuit and he can't wear a suit and tie as he comes and begs for money from us, then you don't respect the American people. I've absolutely had enough. Absolutely had enough. I shouldn't have to do this video. I shouldn't have had to vote no yesterday. I told all of you the entire week. I told you in conference. I told the press. I told you to your face in meetings. I posted it on social media. I told you nonstop. I'm not voting for this.